Yes, I want to pursue legal action against my ex-husband for choosing a name for my favorite Disney movie for his new daughter. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over an article which covers a story titled, Reddit tells his Disney mom to let it go after she rages over her ex-husband's baby name choice for his new daughter. And this is a story about a mother who I believe is 31 years old who has a total meltdown online and goes freaking crazy, no joke, because her ex-husband named his new daughter from a new family after a Disney character. You're going to see that she's a Disney nut, and when they were together, they named their daughter after a Disney character, and it's not a weird name, by the way. And they got divorced, and he then named his new daughter that another name. And she's having a freaking meltdown over this, thinking that how dare he should have the right to do that, because maybe one day I want to name my daughter this. Just stupid, petty ex-wife crap. And this one particularly has to deal with Disney stuff. So that'd be a pretty funny one to go over here, just to show you some of these wackos that are out there. So it starts off, it says here, as a former 90s kid with a shelf full of Disney VHS tapes, I understood loving all things magical, princessy, and Mickey Mouse related even as an adult. I took my kids to Disney World when they were babies, and I have a healthy collection of glittery mouse ears. But what I don't understand is how Disney Mom on Reddit is so obsessed with Disney that she tried to take legal action against her ex-husband over his baby name choice for his new daughter. Honestly, she sounds a bit like a villain in one of her favorite Disney films. Yeah, legal action over a freaking name. In the Am I the A-Hole subreddit, a 31-year-old mom shared how she was mad that her ex-husband and his new wife want to name their daughter Anna based on the princess from Frozen. In case you don't know, Frozen is that extremely successful and popular movie that came out a number of years ago. They made a sequel to that. And the main characters are named Elsa and Anna. And yes, I know this. First, a little backstory. My 31-year-old... The little backstory says, my 31 female ex-husband, a 35-year-old male, got married less than 6 months ago with his girlfriend, a 25-year-old female. And she got pregnant very fast. Recently, he told me that they were having a girl, the mom wrote. She says, I'm a huge fan of the movie Frozen, so when our daughter was born, I wanted to name her Elsa, and my husband agreed to that. I know it was a little dumb to name your kids after things like that, but it's not super unusual or an ugly name, and it's pretty and means a lot to me. Well, the name Elsa, I've heard that before, and I'm sure lots of people were naming their daughters Elsa after the first Frozen movie came out. Okay, fine, no big deal. The mom was not destined for a happy ever after with this man, and they divorced when their daughter was 3 years old. She says, we don't hate each other, but we were not best friends either, the mom continued. Says, now where things got a little weird. The issue with the new baby is that he explained to me that after he told his new wife the story behind the name Elsa, she proposed that their daughter should be named Anna, so they could be sisters just like in the movie. And we're off. The name Anna isn't completely normal, but come on, Elsa and Anna, these poor girls are most definitely going to get made fun of. But that's not why the OP is mad. She feels more betrayed that Anna fell from Hans in the movie. Who cares if he named his daughter Anna? Okay, people actually think will probably find it funny and cute. Elsa and Anna like in the cartoon. She says, for me, it's totally unfair that they're stealing my naming process from me like that, she wrote. What if I have another daughter? It'd have been perfect to name her Anna, and now I won't be able to do it without looking like I'm stealing from them. Lady, you don't have exclusive rights to the name Anna, for God's sakes. He can name his daughter whatever he wants. Find something else in life to channel your energy towards. Get a fucking life. She also doesn't think her ex-husband, who she strangely referred to as her husband, which maybe hints a little more about why she has such strong feelings, is a big enough Frozen fan to be allowed that name. Oh, because he's not enough of a Frozen fan, he can't name his daughter Anna. Because there's no other girls on the planet named Anna, ever. In the history of mankind. My husband doesn't like Frozen that much, blah, blah, blah. He said his favorite Disney animated movie is Bolt. I don't know if the mother likes Frozen, but I'm totally sure she doesn't like it as much as me. She says, look, I understand ranting on the internet about men or with your girlfriends over a large glass of wine and a bowl of pasta. But after complaining about the audacity, you should just let it go. Because at the end of the day, who cares? Correct. Who cares? She just wants an excuse to bitch at her ex-husband, and of course has to put on social media because, what else would you do? I mean, well, is Reddit social media? Or put it at least online for the world to see. Now listen to this. But this mom escalated the situation. She says, I demanded to him that he choose another name, but he thinks I'm acting crazy. Because you are acting crazy. He can name that child whatever he wants to, obviously within legal reason. She said, I'm calling my divorce lawyer, but she doesn't think there is anything that we can do about this. Your divorce lawyer is probably laughing her ass off because probably this wasn't the first time this woman's acted nuts. Yes, she called her divorce lawyer. Her divorce lawyer. Can you imagine how that conversation went? Yes, I want to pursue legal action against my ex-husband for choosing a name for my favorite Disney movie for his new daughter. I can't even type with this straight face. It is so ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Even OP's own mom thought so. She said, my mother just laughed at me. I feel so defeated, she wrote. My sadness turned to anger and an impulsive rage. I called my ex-husband and she said, I told him that if they insist with using that name, I would do everything I could to sabotage the relationship between our daughters and theirs. So they were never real sisters like Elsa and Anna. He got really angry and said horrible things to me. I get angry too. She's going to sabotage the relationship between their girls because she doesn't like the freaking name, because she's not getting her way. Gee, I wonder why this guy divorced her. Can't make this shit up. Oh my, even typing this out on Reddit doesn't make you stop and think how weird, no evil that sounds. Why would you want to sabotage a relationship between two innocent little girls like that? Because the mother's an evil witch. She might be an evil witch from like the Disney movies. After a second of reflection, she realized she was in the wrong and just the last part. She says, I immediately regretted saying what I said, and that it's not true. I would never do that, but this whole situation has been so horrible for me, and now he's really angry too. I think that I'm ultimately in the right about why they shouldn't use that name, but I was in the wrong about saying what I said. I would insist on them picking another name, but without going too far. Lady, there are far greater things in this world that one would have right to have outrage towards or be upset about, not about a stupid name, particularly from a movie. Either get on your meds or get off the meds that you're taking because they're not working, because good Lord here. And it doesn't say, I don't recall if this woman here has a new man in her life, but I'm going to guess probably not. I feel bad for that poor girl. Elsa has to spend time with this wacko. In the wise words of Olaf is from the movie, we're calling this controlling what you can with the things feel out of control. I'm not a psychologist, but this woman sounds incredibly jealous of her ex-husband's new wife and is trying to maybe prove a point. Again, I ask, why do you even care? Yeah, notice her ex-husband, she's 31. The ex-husband's new wife, I believe, is 24, 25 years old. And there's no other way to make a woman crazy than for a guy to move on from her and find happiness and success and replace her with a hotter and younger woman. Nothing makes him more insane, and we're getting insane. Redditors had some seriously funny thoughts about the whole situation. One guy says, you are the a-hole. Take a cue from your favorite movie and let it go, one top commenter wrote. Another wrote, this, but also all the grown-up sucks here. So they like the movie so much to name their children like that, and the kids will be the ones suffering and having to live with it. And what about the third child? Will it be Olaf or Queen Aduna? Eesh. Another guy says, like, what could the lawyer do? They were probably rolling their eyes and laughing ridiculous, another wrote. I guarantee you that when she got that email or got that phone call from that woman, she probably pushed the mute button and burst out laughing, and the whole law firm was spreading around that email or here in the store laughing their ass off. But they're probably, as lawyers, they're probably figuring out, how can we bill her for this? How can we do that? We can make her think this is possible, maybe get a few billable hours out of it. I know a lot of lawyers. I know how they operate. It says here, the name shouldn't bother her anyway. Someone else joked. Another helpfully pointed out that it could actually be a good sign that the stepmother wanted to name the daughter Anna. The fact that your ex-husband's new wife wants to have matching names with your child is a good sign, they wrote. It means she cares about the stepdaughter and connecting the two children to having a good joint relationship. Well, the funny thing will be if those two girls probably hate the Frozen movies, which probably they will, given the names and the drama that the mother is making out of this whole thing. Not all step-parents do, so be grateful, seriously. Someone responded to that agreeing, right, stepmom is going out of her way to make sure Elsa feels included, not replaced. It's a beautiful gesture and shows a lot of care about the OP's daughter. I think naming kids from a Disney movie is unappealing, but in this situation, naming Elsa's half-sister Anna is lovely because it emphasizes inclusion. Well, whatever there, but again, Anna is not a weird name. That is a common name I've heard my entire life. I honestly have never heard anybody named Elsa before, but I've heard the name. Goes on, says one person said, you are a little evil stepmother in a Disney film. That's what you are right now. You are, of course, also an asshole. Says another one says, spare me the existential crisis of a Disney adult. Another said, they are sisters, whether you like it or not, and Anna is a very common name. I suggest you get over it. Another guy says here, you are the a-hole. Gatekeeping Disney princess names like you're the first person to think of it is ridiculous. Somebody else sarcastically wrote, but Frozen is her favorite Disney movie, and Bolt is her ex-husband's. He obviously shouldn't name their daughter Bolt, as any rational adult would. And another one said, you're the a-hole and crazy. I can see why you're divorced. Hope he gets a dog and names it Olaf, too. Ha! That'd be funny. The OP needs to find a new way to thaw her frozen heart towards her ex-husband, even through therapy or a strong cup of hot cocoa and a Disney movie marathon, likely both. There you go, guys. Not a major groundbreaking story, but that'd be a pretty funny one because it shows some of how these wackos are. But again, wants to sue him over naming the daughter after a Disney character named Anna, because again, there's no Annas in the world. It's ridiculous, but you can't make this shit up. But this is good for a good laugh. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. Let me know, guys, if you ever know anybody, an ex-wife or whatever, had a meltdown over naming rights or something like that. I'd like to hear about it in the comment section. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.